Hello, hello, hello. What's going on tonight, everyone? We still got the Momir overlay up. Uh, that's not a bad thing. We might use the Momir overlay if we have time between our drafts. Draft twin every time. Twin is sweet. My theory on drafting Vintage Cube. Awesome! I'm glad you got the shirt, Quantum. Awesome, awesome, awesome. I haven't got mine yet, but I expect I will get it soon. What's up, Dinotron? So yeah, my theory for drafting Vintage Cube is to do the most broken things possible. I don't really care what I draft, as long as it is not fair. We are playing some Vintage Cube tonight, so we're gonna get in the queue while we're waiting for it to fill up. So this isn't vintage. They call it Vintage Cube because it's a cube draft that includes pretty much everything. It has all the Power 9 cards. You're having issues with the stream, Chicken Fajitas? Yeah, the Possibility Storm was sweet. That looked really cool. Is anyone else having problems with the stream, or is it just Chicken Fajitas? It looks alright on my end, but that doesn't always mean anything. Yeah, so that's my technique with Vintage Cube. I don't want to be the red deck or a fair deck. I want to do something... that is broken. Whether that means fast mana, cheating Emrakul's and Grizzlebrands into play with show and tells or reanimation, locking people with artifacts. Pretty much, we want to do something busted. That is Plan A, Storm. So let's look at our first pack. We have... Alright, no Power 9. That's the first thing that jumps out. So, especially in the beginning of the draft, I want to pick broken things. That is my main goal, to pick things that are broken. So, options in this pack. There is Upheaval. Yeah, this is a Vintage Cube draft. So, no power, as I mentioned. Cards that stick out is potentially good. Imperial Seal is good. Mom is good, but I don't really like the deck she goes in that much. White aggro can be a very good deck. The red aggro deck is very good, but I just don't like playing those. This is a single elimination draft, but it is Phantom. I am very likely just going to take Tolarian Academy. As a pack one, pick one, Tolarian Academy is very strong because we can focus on picking artifacts and really power it up and to do something pretty absurd. Oh, now we have some good options. Things that, yeah, I think Academy is clearly the pick. There is the most broken card. Now there's three cards that really stick out to me here. Sphinx is very good. Ancient Tomb is also good. Entomb can do some really busted things in the right deck. Doesn't necessarily go well with Tolarian Academy. And if we're going to be in Storm, Mind's Desire is pretty good as well. There is occasionally Cube Sealed, but there is not Cube Sealed right now. I'm leaning towards just taking the Sphinx, though. Sphinx is something that's pretty good to play on turn 3. If we get some fast mana, Tolarian Academy. And it doesn't necessarily mean we're going to be a control deck. We can just play it for value in with our Tolarian Academy. Oh no! Now there's a Shackles. Yeah, Mind's Desire is also sweet. Alright. We haven't seen a single Signet. Yeah, we could still end up in Storm. Mirari's Wake can do broken things. Shackles, I like better in Legacy Cube. I'm a huge Shackles fan. The thing with Shackles in Vintage Cube, though, is you'll run into more decks that are not really playing creatures or many creatures. If someone's reanimating or storming or playing like a burn deck, then Shackles isn't that great. The other problem is I don't know how many islands we're going to have. I'm actually leaning towards just taking Scalding Tarn here. I am a big fan of prioritizing fixing in the beginning of a draft. Oh, alright. Well, oi. This is actually a somewhat interesting pick. Yeah, pass the Shackles, take the fixing. So now, 2 cards here. Metalworker can do some really insane things. Also works well with our Tolarian Academy. Show and Tell also has potential to just win the game on turn 1. If we can find an Emrakul or a Grizzlebrand. Those are the 2 cards that I'm looking at as being really broken. Or potentially broken. I also like Phantasmal Image. I like Face Fetters in a controlling deck, but that's not really where we're going. I'm going to take the Show and Tell. I think there's a chance that we get... Ooh, there we go. That we get back the Metalworker. Well, now we have our first Signet. So we're probably just taking... We're going with the art. Mikester, 430, thanks for the follow. Yeah, Show and Tell is risky, but with Show and Tell, if you're putting an Emrakul or a Grizzlebrand into play, you're pretty favored here. I would probably play Mystical Tutor, but our deck with the Tolarian Academy, I don't really even care how bad the Signet is. We just want it. We will take just about any Signet at this point. Oh, God. Yagwil? Well, maybe we could still be the Storm deck. It's possible. The Mind Desire could come back. Yagwil can be good just for value. Sphinx of the Steel Wind is not the worst target for ramping into or reanimation. It's very good in the right matchups. One of the best reanimation targets against like a red deck or something. There's Remand, which is also good. I have a hard time passing Yagwil, though. There's usually something broken you can do with Yagwil. I think I'm going to take Yagwil. I think it's just the most broken card. Ooh, and then a Memory Jar? Alright, we are getting there. I don't know where, but we are picking broken cards. The rest of this pack is decidedly unbroken. Like, yeah, there's Delver. Anticipate is somewhat playable. Firecraft is good in the burn deck. Fauna Shaman's not bad if you're the green, like, creature tutor ramp deck, but we're taking Jar. Jar is exactly what we want. Living Death is interesting. It doesn't really fit the rest of our plan too much. Daze is a good gotcha card, and we kind of, one of the things with Vintage Cube is you either want to be doing broken things, or you want to be stopping other people from killing you on like turn 1 or turn 2, and Daze is actually pretty decent at that. I might just pick up Daze here. The rest of the pack isn't that exciting. Is it Charmin's fine, but I'm not sure about the redness. Alright, I'll take Charm. Whoa! And Gush tabled! From the first pack, we got our Gush back. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo! Alright. Alright. Well, this is a super easy Gush. Mother Runes came back. Mental Misstep is fine, but if we're playing Yagwil and Memory Jars and so forth, and the Mind Desire's back, okay. Well, apparently no one is playing Storm, so we are stumbling our way into a Storm deck. If we're playing Storm, there's some argument for taking and trying to splash some Mirari's Wake. Mirari's Wake is a pretty good Storm card. What's up, Eddie? Alright, I'm going to take Mirari's Wake. We'll see if we fit it in the main deck. I don't really care about any of this stuff. I think LED would be coming around in the next pack. Yup. Alright, I'm just gonna take Mystic Snake, I guess. There's LED! Every single Storm card tabled. Every single one. Are we more scared of Hero of Bladehold or Grim Lavamancer? Lion's Eye Diamond. Well, I guess it's Hero of Bladehold. Whoa! We're doing it! We're doing it, boys and girls. Speaking of Lion's Eye Diamond, we just got the real Lion's Eye Diamond. I mean, Time Walk is sweet, but that's a Black Lotus. Speaking of broken things, the Astro, thanks for the follow. So I don't even really care what else is in this pack. Black Lotus is absurd. Time Walk is also very good, and I would like to play Time Walk, but Lotus is exactly what we want in this deck. Trinket Mage, I would pick up on the wheel potentially to get both of our Lotuses. Well, our Lotus or our Lion's Eye Diamond. Yeah, I wasn't even like... you do not get to keep the cards. This is a phantom draft. Ooh. Thank you for the follow, someone I just missed. God, broken cards all the time. Oh, now what? We have 3 Signets. We have a Dig Through Time, which is a pretty decent tutor, especially in a 40-card deck. There's also a Mishra's Workshop. Yeah, I don't even know if we need Battlesphere yet. We don't really have a good win condition yet, actually. Happy Meal, thank you for the follow. Workshop can do busted things. Oh, I love Dig Through Time, and I like finding cards. We got Is It Charm? Gosh. I'm going to take a Signet here. I think that's a safe pick. God. Time Twister would probably wheel since apparently no one wants cards like this, but Time Twister is awesome in Academy decks. We play our LED, we play our Black Lotus, play Signets, empty our hand, Time Twister our hand back. So I think I do love Grim Monolith. I'm also a fan of Tamiyo, not so much in Storm, but I like Tamiyo. But I think we just gotta take Time Twister here. Yeah, Monolith is sweet, but... Oh, and a balance too. A balance, a Shelldock Isle, a Baleful Strix, a Bloodstained Mire. Balance is a busted card. It doesn't especially fit the Storm plan, but it does fit the play a bunch of mana artifacts and wreck our opponent plan. Oh, that's almost tempting just to take Balance. Shelldock is very good. Even just Faithless Looting would be good. I think Dark Confidant's actually going to be too slow for our deck. I think I'm just going to take Balance. Yeah, they like to put... Oh! There's Grizzle Daddy. And a Turnabout. Turnabout will come back around, but... now we got something to show and tell. Yes. Oh, so good. Well, that's our way to actually win the game, so... I'm not passing a Grizzlebrand. Grizzlebrand is one of my auto picks in Cube. Getting a Grizzlebrand into play is so good. So now we get a Heartbeat of Spring. Spellskite isn't the absolute worst. We could just pick random mana fixing. Yep, show and storm. Storm and tell. Yeah, exactly, Nasmith. Heartbeat can be pretty good. We do have Mirari's Wake, too. So much mana to produce. We don't really have things to untap our lands very much, but that's alright. Thing in the Ice is somewhat interesting. Yeah, I'm gonna take Heartbeat, put it in the sideboard for now. Alright. Well, I guess it's just another Signet. Yeah, Tomer would be so upset that we passed in Edric. I'm gonna take Rakdos Signet. I think it's better than Thran Dynamo. Think Dynamo is better than Rakdos Signet? Maybe it's better than Rakdos Signet. We kind of want black and red mana though. I'm gonna take the Signet. And we have another Signet. Tundra is actually relevant. Fire and Ice is pretty good. Impulse is actually pretty good too. Yep, there's Black Lotus for you. Alright, let's take another Signet. Now it's a Lodestone Golem, which actually wouldn't be bad. We have a lot of artifacts, so it should hurt our opponent more than it hurts us, although it's not great with the Storm plan. Trinket Mage searches up our Black Lotus. Let's just do that. What? Mishra's Workshop is still in the pack with 5 cards? Has no one in this draft ever played Mishra's Workshop? Oh, well, we're taking Workshop. I mean, Battlesphere is good too, but Sphere over Workshop? I gotta take Workshop. Now we get... Ooh, I might just take Fire Blast, because someone's gonna kill us with that. I don't care about Atarka. Don't really care about this other stuff. I'm just gonna hate the Fire Blast. Yeah, well, our goal was to get broken cards, and we have a ton of broken cards. Unfortunately, we haven't found an actual Storm finisher yet. I think the best thing that we could open would be a Brain Freeze. Ooh. Faithless Looting is not bad. Don't really care about this other stuff. I'm going to take Looting. We'll see if we play it. Upheaval would also be awesome. Academy Ruins to go with our Black Lotus. Ojitai is also... I'm going to take Ojitai, I think, actually. Or no, we could open a Mindslaver. If we open a Mindslaver... Mindslaver is still a thing we could open. Let's get rid of Char. Yeah, I got Ruins. We took the Ruins. Yeah, we passed the Time Walk, but it was for a Black Lotus, so... Alright, come on, Brain Freeze! One-time Brain Freeze! Also, Tendrils would be alright, but I would rather have Brain Freeze. If we get a Brain Freeze, this deck is going to be very good, I think. Also, more fixing. We do have some Signets, which helps, but more land-based fixing. What's up, Stu? We are, storming off. Turnabout did not wheel. Someone must have hate drafted it. No one's drafting Storm. Awesome! Good to hear about the good running, Iggy, with the Blue-Red Dragons deck. It is a pretty good deck. Boom! Alright, well, no Upheaval, but Plan B. This Upheaval is probably even better. I mean... Upheaval is, bar none, my favorite cube card. Nothing is better than Upheaval. So there's a Treasure Cruise. There's a Mana Vault, which is pretty busted. Opposition is also busted, and we could lose to it. Through the Breach can put our Grizzlebrand into play, but I don't think there's any argument that in this deck we have to take Upheaval. Like, not only is Upheaval extremely good, but our deck is already set up for it. We're playing a million Signets and Lotuses and Workshops and Tolarian Academy. This is a great pack, but we're 100% taking Upheaval. Oh. Nah. Alright. So, Thalia's obnoxious. I drafted Storm the other night when I was playing by myself for fun. Curtis Snow, thank you for the follow. Or Curtis Now. And my opponent went turn 2 Thalia, turn 3 that thing that only lets you draw 1 card per turn, and we got pretty wrecked. Yeah, Tez seems good. Get Lotus, get Lion's Eye Diamond. Empty's alright. You think Empty's the pick, Stu? I mean, is it Upheaval our win con? I'm gonna take Tezzeret. Empty's gonna come back. Trust me. Trust me, it'll come back. That's the way this draft has been going. I don't really want to hate draft it. I think we will get the Empty back. So do we just take Ugin? I mean, it doesn't really fit the Storm plan, but we can ramp into it pretty quick. If there's one card that I like hate drafting, it is Sulfuric Vortex. This is one card that I lose to more than any other card in all of Cube. Badlands is actually relevant. We might have to take Badlands, although it's hard to pass on a Ugin, just because Ugin is pretty busted on its own. Yeah, we probably just have to take Badlands. We're already getting... Ooh. Wow. I don't know if we're going to have enough blue mana for High Tide, but there is a Wheel of Fortune. Wheel of Fortune is solid. Here's the other half of the combo. Oh, yeah, they played Spirit of the Labyrinth and Thalia 2 games in a row on games 2 and games 3, and I got so wrecked. I literally could not do anything. I don't even think I cast a spell. I don't think we want High Tide just because I don't know if we're going to have enough lands or islands. Frantic Search is good. Wheel of Fortune is also pretty absurd. I do like draw 7s. And Frantic Search is possible, will possibly come back. Well, Ponder is a card you just basically never want to pass if you have blue mana. I could maybe see an argument for Dark Petition. And our fixing is still kind of questionable. So there's probably an argument for Temple of Epiphany as well, but you want the Dismember. Yeah, we're just going to win on turn 2. I'm going to take Ponder. Dismember, we can get a removal spell, hopefully. We can go Gaia's Cradle to have all the fast mana. Inkwell. Palancron. Might just be Hedron Archive, actually. We don't really have many tutors, that's true. Bizarre. Bizarre is interesting. I don't know if we really need Palancron, honestly. I might play Hedron Archive. Alright, I'll take Palancron. Well, if we want to kill things, the Abyss does a pretty good job. Just sits out there, kills something every turn. Duretti is actually fairly busted too. Draw 2, discard 2, then draw 2. So it's a Faithless Looting. It can also just like get us back our Memory Jar. can get us back our Black Lotus. Stu, are you just trolling me now? Pride Mage, really? Oh, okay. Yeah, we can't cast it very easily. I think I'm just gonna, well, I'm gonna take the land. Ooh. Well, probably just take compulsive research, I think. I do not understand this draft. I do not know who's in this queue. I do not know what's happening. Opposition, not especially for our deck, but there's a legitimate argument that you could, this is up with opposition is like in broken level. Yeah, I think we need more artifacts, so I'm going to take Chalice. Opposite, we just can't play it because we don't have enough creatures. That is Sphinx's Revelation. We'll take that. I don't know if we'll actually play it, but I don't know if the opposition is that great against us. Oh, and Vortex? Vortex is another easy #1 pick in Cube Draft. Disfigure? What am I going to disfigure? It doesn't even kill anything very big. We don't need removal. We're just going to do our own thing. And we'll play through the Thalia. Actually, I'm hoping the Thalia tables, well, that's a high tide. It works good with Palancron. I do not really want to play against Spirit of the Labyrinth, though. Ooh, Dark Petition came back? Oh, and we got a Braids, alright. Get rid of Reckless Bushwhacker, Seeker of the Way. Empty didn't wheel. Yeah, I tried to hate the Spirit of the Labyrinth, but I ended up with a Braids instead. Apparently I did not click fast enough. Braids is actually pretty sweet off Lotus on turn 1. Yeah, I was wrong about the empty. Maybe Tracy King. Maybe an auto pick Cube Draft. Alright, so let's see. We gotta cut some cards. You think we should run? Yeah, I mean, I guess they're in the conversation. How do we actually win, though? Do we even... Yeah, I don't know who could play QB either. They might have just hated it out from under us. Yoke Sauce, thanks for the follow. It might, yeah, we might just want to pack, not play red. Alright, so if we cut down to just blue cards and Grizzlebrand. How does this deck win, though? Win cons is Upheaval. Yeah, I mean, I guess Upheaval is our win con. Yeah, we probably do want the black cards. At least, what do we have for fixing? Green, blue, red, black, white, red. So we have a decent amount of white and black. We got a Badlands. Scalding Tarn can search it up. A temple. Do we even want Workshop in this deck? It lets us play Signets on turn 1, but that's about it. We might not even want Signets, or we might not even want Mishra's Workshop, actually. I think I'm going to play Balance, because Balance is pretty busted. Yeah, I think we got to leave Workshop in the sideboard. I think we do play Academy. I think I still want Show and Tell just because we can randomly turn 1 Grizzlebrand. And I think we want to keep Show and Tell for that reason alone. If our goal is to play Grizzlebrand, yeah, we can play Sphinx's Rev. We didn't get the actual Storm cards for finishing the game, unfortunately. But I still don't think this deck is horrible. Upheaval and fast mana goes a long ways. Mage has 3 targets. I don't even know if we want Mind's Desire. We have some cards that are kind of questionable. Like, Looting and Wheel of Fortune could be alright. But then we're getting into a lot of colors again. We don't have, you don't want to go too crazy with our mana. Black and white are fairly easy to splash. I guess red we have a couple of Signets as well. It might just be something like this, honestly. I think I'd rather have Balance than either of the red cards. Balance, I think, is actually pretty important to our deck. Mana for Dark Petition isn't great. If we're playing black, we're going to play Yogg-Will to go with our Lotuses and LEDs. And wheel, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're back to needing to cut cards. I'm not cutting Show and Tell. I maybe would cut Mind's Desire. Isn't that exciting? And Palinchron? Maybe just play it like this. I think this could work. I like Dark Petition. Dark Petition is very good at getting Yawgmoth's Will and immediately letting us play it and get back our mana rocks. I think we're going to play it like this. 7 islands, 3 swamps, 1 plains. This probably looks alright. Actually, we need 1 more land. Yeah, this deck would have been a ton better if we had gotten... Yeah, we don't need many plains. We have 2 white sources, and we only have a couple cards. They were promos that were given away. Alright, I'll play Mind's Desire over Rev. A lot of people don't seem to like Rev. Alright, I'm going to run it like that. I think this is fine. Our deck was... It started off sweet, but it illuminates one of the dangers of drafting Storm. Badlands lets our Scalding Tarn fetch black mana, so I think we want it just because of that. Yeah, we got Wheel too. Plus, it lets us Scalding Tarn for black mana for our Yogg-Will or Grizzlebrand or whatever. I wonder if I can get this deck made into an overlay. I have so many decks, it is not easy to find. Alright, there it is. Alright, let me get the overlay set up and we will jump into our first cube draft. So what I was trying to say is our draft kind of illuminates one of the dangers of going in on Storm without a actual Storm card. Because that was kind of the issue. We got tons of awesome Storm stuff, but we just didn't get the good Storm finishers, which can definitely be a problem. If this deck had a single Brain Freeze, I think our deck would be very, very good. But instead, we have all these Storm cards, and they are not really at full power because we're using them to play Grizzlebrand, I guess. Almost have the overlay. Probably going to do this whole overlay, and then we scrub out in round one and have to do another one and have to make a whole nother overlay anyway. Sorry, I can't see the chat. I will look at it as soon as I'm done making this overlay. Jez, thanks for the follow. Alright, got there. On to our draft, and we have a Grizzlebrand in hand and some ramp. This hand is actually interesting. We need another black source though, is the issue. Alright. We'll keep this. Can I look into Abzan Humans for next standard? Possibly. This is the Freak Fandango Orchestra as far as the music. Why do I have so many Staff of the Death Magus? Do I have a lot of Staff of the Death Magus? Oh. That's actually not that many. That's just from getting them as last picks and limited. I think cards that I have a lot of, there's some cards I have maybe, I don't know if I have exactly 100 copies, but I have close to 100 copies of some cards just from drafting. Man, we were so close. We did rip Show and Tell. So we're gonna be able to try for a fast Grizzlebrand. Stomping Ground, tapped. Opponent passes. And a Sphinx. Well, let's just go Swamp into Orzhov Signet. Pass the turn. Yeah, there's a decent chance that Grizzlebrand is going to win us this game. Grizzlebrand tends to do that. Unless they have a counter or something. Swamp for our opponent. Maybe they just tap out? I don't know, they don't look heavy blue. Abzan Human sounds interesting. They have a Temple of Epiphany. They can't daze us, but they could have an actual counter. Alright. Lion's Eye Diamond. Down. Tolarian Academy. Man. Now, there's actually a question here. We could actually just... We could hardcast the Sphinx? Is that better? We can play Chalice on 0 and then just hardcast Sphinx and not show and tell? Yeah, let's do that. Let's just cast it on 0. And then we're not going to let our opponent put anything into play, which is kind of nice. And cast the Sphinx. See what our opponent has. Alright, Sphinx down. Do they have a removal spell before their draw step? Like, right now. They do not. Alright. So, Sphinx has already done its job. We get to draw 2. Including a Time Twister. So we're pretty far ahead. Yeah, that's not bad, right? When you play good cards, you get to cast them sometimes. Opponent has Seething Song. What? What is our opponent playing? They just Seething Songed in this deck? Seething Songed out the Thragtusk. Okay. Yes, we would draw an absurd amount of cards with Time Twister if we wanted to. Yeah, that's the combo. Good old Seething Song out your Thragtusk. And now we could just So what happens if we Time Twister? Do we really just draw our entire deck? Is that how that works? Alright. Do we want to play a land first? That's true. They could have just cast their... They wanted to play that land tapped really badly. Alright, let's just play Badlands. And just time twister. So, draw a couple cards. Combo! Oh, there's upheaval too. We just want to hit our, like, lotuses and stuff. No lotus yet. Come on, lotus! Balance could be good. Signet. Ugh! No lotus. So now what? Well, we drew a lot of stuff. Let's just... play a signet. That was not the most exciting draw 20. Yeah, we can get our time twister back at some point to shuffle everything back in. Alright, pass the turn. Do a bunch of discarding of lands. We probably are not going to use Memory Jar here. And I don't even know if we want Grizzlebrand anymore, honestly. Get rid of Mind's Desire. Card draw and Grizzlebrand and... Plains, I guess. We get to draw 2. There's our Lotus. We needed to go 2 cards deeper. Our opponent has Bazaar of Baghdad. Yeah, Tezzeret into balance, into LED seems pretty good. I think we're going to stop drawing now. I wanted to find the Lotus, but now I stop drawing. We're not going to self-mill because we can always Yawgmoth's Will to Time Twister again to shuffle everything back in. So we're not going to mill out because we can always recast Time Twister. The other option is just to, depending on what our opponent does, if they tap down, we might just upheaval. I don't know. Balance is probably better, I guess. I think we're in good shape. I don't know what our opponent's on. All that and they green sun X1? Oh, what are they doing? Okay, they get a death right. Sweet. Trinket Mage. Alright, well, let's do it. Let's Black Lotus. We have no more artifacts. How much mana do we have? Seven, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, let's just upheaval. Upheaval seems good here. Sack our Lotus for blue, I guess. Do we need more black? Black, black, black. Eh, we'll just go blue. And then upheaval. Alright, we get all our stuff back. Our opponent gets a token. Let's see, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Do we just want a Yogwill here? Probably not this turn. So let's play LED. Replay Academy. Play a Signet. Yeah, upheaval's pretty good. Replay a Signet. I'm not sure what my plan is for actually winning this game. I guess we could just play a threat and balance. What threat? I don't like that plan. Colby Cheese, what's up? Yeah, I guess we can just wait one more turn before doing anything. Signet. Signet. Tap our Signet. Tap our Signet. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we can... Alright, let's just play Chalice again. So tap this. Cast Chalice. And then oh, Trinket Mage. Yeah, our time's gonna be fine. I'm not exactly sure what I'm doing. I'm just like playing and unplaying stuff. We don't got much left in our deck. And then we'll just play Sphinx. Actually, no, that's silly. Let's just play Tezzeret. And then we get to untap 2 artifacts. Ponder. Sure. Draw the Signet. Play the Signet. And pass the turn. And then we just win next turn with Tezzeret. I think that's the way we can do it. Team Annihilator. Possibly. I haven't heard of Team Annihilator, and I'm not really familiar with Abzan humans. So our opponent's going to Green Sun Zenith X0, or replay their Deathrite Shaman or something. So we did a bunch of things that turn. There was probably a better way of doing that, but this way works. Upheaval is still a good card. And our opponent's deck, it is looking like our opponent didn't know what was going on. We were wondering in our draft. There's the Deathrite, sure. The prescription is more Mana Rocks, Nesmith. No, that was a good SNL skit. Alright, our opponent passes. Discards. Do we even win here, though? I'm not even convinced that we win. We ultimate, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They block 2 of them? So ultimating Tezzeret doesn't necessarily just win us the game here. They just block and block. Well, we can see their deck. Dragonlord Dramoka, Frost Titan, Avenger of Zendikar. I guess we still do it. Ultimate Tezzeret. Cast our Sphinx. Attack with all our 5/5s. Our opponent has to double jump. Double jumps. Drops to 3. We play Temple, get a Scry. Yeah, we'll keep Dark Petition, why not? Pass the turn. Yeah, we don't have to draw with Sphinx, so we'll just not draw. And Birds of Paradise for our opponent. And Bazaar Baghdad. They must be a Reanimator deck, but I don't know if their Reanimator targets are good enough. If we weren't getting low on time, we could just Yogwill and Upheaval again. That would be pretty sweet. Let's attack with both. Put our opponent down to 1. Yeah, I guess we might as well Yogwill. Yogwill will crack LED while it's on the stack. Sack Yogwill, add black. We have the balance, so I don't think they're going to balance us. Alright, it resolves. So we just... I guess we could balance to empty their hand. Does that work? Balance, empty their hand. We have 6. Yeah, that works. Let's just balance. Opponent discards their hand. Yeah, they kill our dudes, but we can just replay our Tezzeret. Or our Grizzlebrand. That's not a punt. We win by doing this. Y'all, we just put them down to 0 cards. Replay our LED. Replay our Black Lotus. Sack our LED for blue. Replay our Tezzeret. Untap 2 artifacts. Tap them. Cast Grizzlebrand from our graveyard. Hey, we could have won 10 minutes ago, but could we have won this dominatingly? Our opponent decides to discard some more cards. So I don't think they have a way out of this. Opponent... you draw 2 and then discard 3. If you got 1 card in hand, you gotta discard them all. Yeah, we could have upheavaled again, but we didn't want to be too mean to our opponent. So their deck looks extremely fair. We've seen, this is like half of their deck, and it's just all big creatures and ramp spells. We'll win the next one quicker. It doesn't have to take that long. And plus, imagine how psychologically damaged our opponent has to be after that game. I would be surprised if they had the will to really put up a fight in game 2 or game 3. Alright, we got a Ponder. Ponder's good. Yeah, I mean, not quite a flawless victory, but that was pretty good. Hey, if you don't want to just win, you want to win big. Sometimes you got to send a message. So Island, Ponder. Ugh. Well, I don't like these cards. Let's just shuffle. And get another land anyway. Pass the turn. Yeah, you never know when they'll drop that Seething Song into Thragtusk. Oh, that's what they're doing. They got survival. Okay. Ugh, so many lands. Well, mono lands is actually pretty annoying. We could lose to this deck. They have one of their best cards in survival. Foil Russian Stomping Ground, exactly. Well, speaking of Stomping Grounds, although not foil or Russian, there's the Stomping Grounds. Tapped. Opponent passes. Let's crack Scalding Tarn. We don't have any fast mana, or anything, really. If we get Tezzeret down, though, we can start searching out Lotuses. We'll just get bad lands. Come on, non-land. Ooh. Well, Compulsive Research is actually sweet. Compulsive Research. That was a good draw. Ooh, and there's Lotus. We'll discard a land. The land will be an island. And... I guess we gotta play Lotus, or we have to discard. So we'll play the Lotus. Pass the turn. Next turn will probably be a decent turn. Discards Frost Titan. Searches up. Team Annihilator is an up-and-coming local testing group, and we're trying to get more serious. Awesome, William. Emrakul? Are we about to get Emrakul'd? What is happening, opponent? Oh. Okay. Oh, that's scary. I don't know if we can... how are we going to win now? Yeah, now we're kind of in rough shape. Memory jar doesn't really save us. Yeah, they can still put it in on their upkeep. Yeah, I guess we got a gush. Into lands and Sphinx. Yeah, we might just be dead. Alright, I was not expecting that out of their deck after all the jank we saw. Lotus, 3, 4. I guess we can... Oh, this doesn't feel good, but we can Yogwill. Yep. Alright. Well, we can shuffle. Okay. Well, we see what our opponent's deck is doing now. Well, 4 and no permanence is pretty bad. Alright. That was a little rougher than I thought. We just gotta do things before they can do things. Our hand was really slow. Show and tell, so we can help them put their Emrakul into play. Island, goo. We could use an artifact. Yeah, that was super fast. Deathrite Shaman for our opponent. Ponder. Yeah, that's a Lotus. We probably want Lotus. And probably want Dark Petition. So we'll draw the Lotus. We'll play the Island. Pass the turn. Temple of Epiphany for our opponent. Yeah, now that we got the Lotus, I think we're fine. Yeah, Lotus helps a lot. Opponent gets in with the Deathrite. Black Lotus, Tolarian Academy, and then Compulsive Research. Discard. A land, I guess. Probably the Plains. Pass the turn. I think we're good. Unless our opponent just randomly Emrakuls us. Mountain. Magus of the Moon. Now that slows us down a very slight bit. Gets in for 1 with the Deathrite. Time twister, eh? Uh, that could actually work, as weird as it sounds. I don't know if we want to just crack Twister. Uh, Probably in you, Marie. What's up, D-Many? I'm still worried that we could just die next turn. Well, let's Signet. Let's Swamp. And just pass for now? We could Dark Petition. Dark Petition for balance? Oh, that's alright, D-Many. That might be good enough. Let's sack Lotus. Dark Petition. Get the balance. And then just balance away our opponent's stuff. What's up, Ewok Slaughter? We are vintage cubing. Opponent loses their creatures. They have to discard a card. And we're no longer in danger of dying next turn. Time is becoming an issue. Maybe a bit too dirtily in game one. Probably Dino. Unless we're filling space in between with, like, Momir or something if we have time between rounds. Swamp for our opponent. Painful Truce draws them some cards. There's Grizzlebrand. Well, let's just go value Yagwil, I think. Oh, stupid signets on Moto. So, Yagwil. Get back Black Lotus. Get back Plains. Tolarian Academy. Balance. Make our opponent discard a couple cards. Well, you didn't have the islands to pick up to Gush before Yagwil, unfortunately. And then Ponder. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight. We'll just shuffle. Draw a swamp, pass the turn. Our time might run out. There's no guarantees. Oh my god, really? Jeez. Well, now our time's probably going to run out, unfortunately. Thanks to the jankness. Actually, if that was our best thing to do, we're just going to go for a Grizzlebrand and hope that that wins us the game. So, Sack Lotus for blue, show and tell. Hope they don't have anything good. Oh, are you for real? Oh, that's really unruly. Oh my god. Alright. That's not the badness of show and tell. That's the badness of our opponent's deck. Progenitus is completely unplayable, by the way. You shouldn't feel validated. We got... Oh no. No one plays that card. Yeah, it's okay. Yeah, I'll do one more draft. I'm gonna grab a drink real quick, and then we'll go into a we'll do one more draft. Alright, I'm back. Let's do one more cube. See if we can improve on that. Oh my goodness, Progenitus of all things. Well, Grizzlebrand is worth show and telling. I don't think I want to auto pick. That's kind of something that's fun to do once. but not really fun to do all the time. Well, this pack seems unlikely that we will go mono red. I just don't enjoy playing mono red. Sulfuric Vortex is very good. I'm probably going to just take Mox Pearl, though. It's hard to pass on pretty much any of the Power 9. I don't mind Birthing Pod, but I'm just going to take the Mox Pearl. Ooh, Seasons Past. Oh, that's a Tinker. Well, speaking of broken things, Tinker is pretty broken. And we already have a Mox. Vortex is good. Iona is sweet, but Heir of Falconwrath? We had a good Storm deck, we just didn't get any good Storm cards. Now we want things to tinker into. Wormcoil doesn't really count. Ponder is just a hard card to pass. Wormcoil is a fine card. It might just be Ponder, though. Oh, I will move down the overlay. There we go. Sorry about that. Wormcoil's fine. Chrome Mox can be fine in the right deck as well. It's not as good as the real Mox, but Moxin. But I think I'm just going to take Ponder. Ponder's safe. The enchantment is Sylvan Library, I think. Yeah, the white one's land tax, Naz. Yeah, we lost the first one to a Progenitus off our own show and tell. Yawgmoth's Bargain, pretty busted. But there's an Azuria's Signet. Azuria's Signet's a pretty easy one to take. Yeah, we lost to our own show and tell, actually. Oh, I don't know about deserved. We can try it again. All right, we're probably gonna try it again. Yeah, I mean, blue-white Tinker Control is sweet. There's also show and tell, though. Show and tell. Yeah, we're gonna try this again. Show and tell can't just always kill us. That's not the way show and tell should work. We do need to find things to show and tell, though. Now, this pack is a little bit more challenging. I like regrowth in a lot of decks. Duress is, would let us know if it's safe to show and tell. Regrowth can do some pretty busted things, though. Yes, non-budget is the next Commander Clash. I gotta pick a Progenitus. I'm just gonna take Regrowth, I think. Ooh, Smokestack? I do like Smokestack decks as well. Smokestacks and Ophidiomancer, that is sort of a combo. We can tinker into Smokestack on turn 1 and just lock our opponent. Yeah, it was. We had to show and tell there, though. We didn't really have a choice. Stoneforge can do some good things. I don't know about Urborg. I think I'm going to take Smokestack. Smokestack can really stick it to people. Shardless Agent is technically an artifact. Yeah, we'll take Shardless Agent. That's fine. And then, jeez, I might just hate the Vortex. Is it worth playing in Phantom Draft? Yeah, it is. You don't have to do that well to break even. Tar Pit might be the right pick, but if I don't take Vortex, we will probably lose to it. Ugh, all right, someone else will have to hate draft that. Seasons Past is interesting. We get back a Mox Pearl that we tinkered, along with the Tinker, Regrowth, the stuff we smoke stacked. Academy Rector searches for an enchantment when it dies. It was just random letters. I don't know exactly what they meant. Chandra's a pretty powerful card. Land tax is interesting. There is, we don't have a library. We'll take the land tax. Red cards, Porcelain Legionnaire is not horrible. Yogg Bargain is powerful. We'll take Porcelain Legionnaire. I guess Unexpectedly Absent. The dress came back. And Zergo. Alright, well, we need some things to actually combo with our smokestack. If that's our plan. We also could use some show and tell targets or tinker targets. So far, we're tinkering into Porcelain Legionnaire and smokestack. Well, good God, we got another Mox. I really, really like Demonic Tutor. Batterskull is pretty sweet. Metamorph is pretty sweet. Council's Judgment is one of the best removal spells, but we're not going to pass on a Mox. It's even a non-color Mox. Show and tell the Zergo. Yeah. Alright, double Mox is good. It lets us cut down on our lands, too, which is helpful. Instead of playing, like, 17, we can play, 15, probably. Depending on what our deck looks like. Yeah, we ended up losing to our own show and tell, actually, Tracy King. Well, we could try Workshop again. Although, well, I guess it lets us play Legionnaire, Smokestack, and Signet. Days. Scalding Tarn is pretty good. Firecraft Snap Pick. It'll come together. I'm going to optimistically take Workshop. We get a Signet. Yeah, I guess we can just take Signet. Ooh, there we go. We got it. We did it. We actually have a show and tell target. And we're not going to lose once we show and tell an Emrakul. I also really like Tezzeret, but now our plan, we have a plan now, boys and girls. Our plan is to get an Emrakul on the battlefield as efficiently as possible. Inkwell could come back. We would like a Tinker target. Also, things that make multiple creatures would not be bad if we're really going to play the Smokestack, which we may or may not. I don't know about High Tide here. Dramoka's alright. Not horrible. We can ramp into it pretty quickly. That's big and lifelinky. All right, we'll take Dramoka. Man, so many reanimation spells are coming around. So many. It might just be Probe of all things. The rest of these cards don't really seem that good for us. Necromancy, we're not really reanimating. Red cards. I don't know if we're going to be in black. Master's okay. I think I'm just going to take Probe. Ooh. Ooh, we got a balance again. Alright. Also Winter Orb, but we don't really have any combos with Winter Orb yet. I think we just take balance. Alright, William Shadowmaster, thanks for hanging out. Nighthawk for show and tell. Yeah, we'll just take balance. Balance is pretty broken. And then a really late... Huh, they moved a Declaration Stone into the cube. Pretty late Compulsive Research. We will take that. Hangerback is an artifact. Works with Workshop. If we're even playing Workshop. What colors are we going to be? Looks like blue. Definitely blue. Maybe Bant? But maybe not. We should be focusing more on fixing, I think. I think I'm just going to take Hangerback, though. Yeah, we don't want to tinker into Hangerback, but we can tinker away Hangerback. Temple Garden is actually the perfect land for our deck, so we're just going to take that. Let's us go green and white. Hopefully we get a fetch land to search it out. Nice! Nahiri Emrakul and Sneak Attack. Sounds like a pretty solid start to a deck, or finish of a deck. Hard to pass up Looter Elcor. Although Reflector Mage, probably not as good in Vintage Cube. Is Saffron and Olives a thing? I don't know. I don't really like olives. Grudge is at... Oh, Tezzeret came back? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 artifacts. Alright, we're going to splash black, I guess. Murderous Cut. Well, if we're going black, maybe we aren't white? Or green? Maybe we're not green. Let's take Murderous Cut to have a removal spell. I don't care about any of these cards. We'll take Vampire Nighthawk. Welcome back, Stu. Alright, so I think... Oh my god. Man. Moto. We got a Black Lotus again. I guess you're good luck, Stu. You come back in and we open a Lotus, so... There's the Brain Freeze that we so desperately wanted to open last time. Fast Bond can also do some broken things. But also Power Stone. Yeah, not that rough. We're taking Lotus. And then also a Mana Vault, I guess? Because maybe we'll just actually cast this Emrakul. Actually, is there any argument... Looking at this deck, is there an argument we should just take Coalition Relic? We have a Workshop. We're going to be at least 3 colors. Should we just be taking Mana Vault over or the Coalition Relic? Golem also interests me. I keep thinking it'll table. Yeah, in our heavy color deck, we might just have to take Relic. Hopefully we get a big artifact of some kind. Mana Vault is a better card, but I think Relic might be better in our deck. Let's sort by converted mana cost. Ooh, Opposition. And upheaval. Okay. What is it with our drafts? Why do we keep getting these choices? Yeah, Blaze Steel would be awesome. There's a Dak Faden, there's an opposition, and upheaval. And a sneak attack. I don't know if we have that much stuff to sneak attack, though. Yeah, we're taking upheaval. What are we gotta figure, these colors are really bad. We are all over the place color-wise. This deck is already too greedy on the mana. And we're not getting any great Tinker targets, unfortunately. We have Flooded Strand is helpful. That gets us Temple Garden or an island. Yeah, Ancient Tomb was probably good. You think Trop was better? Really? There's Tanglewire, a Jit. I don't even know if we're actually going to... Well, we have a Temple Garden, though, that Flooded Strand gets. Mirari's Wake. Yeah, I guess that lets us just cast Emrakul. That's true. Alright, we'll take Wake. Scepter for nothing. Probably just going to take Ojitai. Ojitai is actually a way to win apart from Emrakul. Verdant Catacombs would also be decent. Gets Temple Garden. Although we might not be playing... Well, I do want to play Tezzeret. But, yeah... I don't know if we need Mystical Tutor. I'm going to take Ojitai. Ooh, and Mindslaver? Mindslaver is a card that I really enjoy casting. I don't even really care if this is the right or wrong pick. I'm taking it. There's nothing I like more than Mindslavering someone. And why not? Nicole Bolas? Nicole Bolas is a way to win. Hey, what's up, Gaming is Life? Welcome to the stream. Mana Confluence, painful, but it helps with our mana. Yeah, I don't think we get the Academy, unfortunately. But even one turn with Mindslaver's decent. What? What do we end up with? Alright, we got Nicole. Nicole Bolas. Alright, so what are we... Oh man, our colors... Our colors are all over the place. Brain Freeze is still coming around. Crater Hoof, Elspeth, Mystic Snake. Probably just take Stirring Wildwood. Lodestone came back. Deathrite might be even better, though. Yeah, let's just take Lodestone. Yeah, this deck is a bit all over the place. We might have to cut some colors. But it's... I don't even know what to cut. Jeez, that's in opposition still in the pack. I guess we can just take Savannah. I don't think we can actually play opposition. Take the Savannah. Well, splashing green and white is actually going to be pretty easy. Black and red are going to be more challenging. Well, they're shambling vents. Well, we have a lot of lands of different colors. Yeah, we picked up a bunch of lands. We don't have many blue lands, unfortunately. Yes, William Shadow Master was in the stream, but said he had to leave. Gaming's his life. Is Team Annihilator like a gang? Good question. I don't know about this, this deck exactly. We're a little scattered. Probably take Linvala. Could be good in some matchups. Awakening Zone in the sideboard. Splendid Reclamation seems really strong. I think they're just messing with you, Gaming's his life. Thanks for hanging out. Moop 2121, thanks for the follow. Oh yeah, so I forgot to remind everyone today. You can watch the old streams on the MTG Goldfish replay channel. And we still got playmats around if you want a super sweet playmat. So what are we doing with this pile of jank? Oh my god. I don't know how to make this work. Ebolas might be a challenge. We don't really have anything that makes red mana. Well, we got Emrakul, we got Mindslaver, we got Upheaval, we got Ojutai. We're tinkering for Mindslaver. I mean, we could just play Matt, but then we lose. I don't really want to lose Nicole Bolas. I can be, I don't want to lose Tezzeret. I can be persuaded to go down Nicole Bolas. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we can add another card or two. I guess we can bring the Dramoka back in. Yeah, Dramoka is probably worth playing. And the Shardless Agent might be worth playing. We hit a Signet, a Looter, a Balance, a Probe. Hangerback is kind of a whiff. We don't really want to Shardless Agent into Hangerback. Yeah, we might not actually want Smokestack in the deck, come to think of it. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Just build an atrocious cube deck. Yes, I may have just built a semi-atrocious cube deck myself. Yeah, maybe. I don't know if I want to play those cards, though. I think we have enough artifacts anyway. I don't know about Workshop. It does, well, I guess Workshop does enough. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm also not 100% sure on Mirari's Wake. Yeah, I don't think we want Dark Confidant. Some kind of wizard. Thank you for the follow. Yeah, the old Dark Confidant and Emrakul seems a bit risky. We have a ton of green-white mana, a little bit of black mana. So we're going to need mostly blue sources. Yeah, we got show and tell for Emrakul too. Maybe we actually cut the Tinker. I don't know if Tinker for Mindslaver is really good enough. Unexpectedly Absent's not bad. Workshop's kind of hit or miss. If it helps us play a turn 1 Coalition Relic or something, it's decent, but might be worth getting rid of. I also like Regrowth, just generally. That's true. Show and Tell is really only good for Emrakul, but it is very good for Emrakul. Yeah, Duress is not bad. Yeah, Regrowth works pretty well in this deck. I think we should keep Regrowth. It might be something like this. Alright, I can be persuaded on Absent over Cut. That makes sense. Well, it depends on what our opponent happens to have, though. I mean, turn 1 Dragon Lord Dramokov Show and Tell is great, unless our opponent has, I don't know, Dragon Lord Atarka or something. Then it gets a little worse. We might have to cut one card still. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, I think we gotta cut one. The question is, what is the one? Yeah, our mana is just pretty rough for Nicole in the main. Maybe we just go down the probe. Wire can be good. I think Wire is good enough. We don't really mind slowing down the game at some points. I don't think we want to cut Lodestone. Alright, we do want artifacts for Tezzeret, though. I think Shardless is fine. We have enough things that are good to hit. Well, if our opponent doesn't mind slowing down the game either, then good for them, I guess. All right, let's try it like this. Look at these! Oh my goodness. The old 2-2-3-1-1 mana base. 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2. Oh, this mana. I think we'll start with Duress in the sideboard. The problem is our deck is not especially broken, and it's not especially controlling. So that's what I don't like about this deck. We're kind of in this weird middle ground where we don't stop our opponent from doing broken things, and we don't get to do broken things ourselves. Well, I mean, we can do some somewhat broken things, but usually that's the bad place to be in Vintage Cube. Neither broken nor stopping broken. But we might be alright. What do I think about the foil common meld pair? As far as prices, It takes a lot for commons to really be expensive, even at foil. So I wouldn't be expecting anything too crazy from the foil common meld pair, personally. I'm not even sure it's something that will be that heavily played. Maybe in like casual or commander. I definitely don't really expect to see it in constructed. Alright. Making the overlay. We are good at opening Black Lotuses. Unfortunately, our decks haven't been as broken as I would like, considering they have Black Lotuses. Alright, there we go. Overlay achieved. Can I sing you to sleep with a lullaby? Let me see your deck list, Naz. That looks pretty solid, Naz. Lots of ways to sneak Emrakul into play. Some tutors. A Nahiri. Yeah, I like it. Recurring Nightmares. Yeah, very nice. I think your deck might be better than my deck. Yeah, but I would be hating my life if we were going turn 1 Lotus into Circle Vortex. That's just not me. I want to Dirtle and Jank. I would rather lose in Dirtle and Jank than win with Vortex. See, like, we could have turn 1 Vortex, but we do have... Oh, God. Well, we have all our fast mana. We do have turn 1 Looter Elcor, which is pretty good. We can start looting. We have the Regrowth Black Lotus combo. We just need to draw something powerful. One of our big plays. Our mana actually isn't even horrible. Actually, it looks kind of good at the moment. We're not going to get Oh, Fastbond? Ew. Well, I only got 4 cards in hand. 3 cards in hand. Unless they have the combo, Fastbond's not that scary. 2 cards in hand. 1 card in hand. And... Come on, one more land. Just have the mono mana hand. Opponent passes. Well, we get to loot. We loot into a hangerback. I guess we just discard the island. Hangerback X1. Stirring Wildwood, go. Come on, no whammies. Yeah, Natural Order into Progenitus would be bad for us. Opponent has. There it is. Natural Order into... Yes. What are you searching up? Oh, just Woodfall Primus? Sure. That's fine. I don't even really care about that. We get to keep looting. Woodfall Primus isn't even that bad. Let's discard... Yeah, I was afraid that was going to be much worse. Uh... What are we discarding here? One, two. Maybe we should just play the Lodestone. Alright, we'll get rid of Lodestone. He has Eldritch Evolution as well. He was going Woodfall Primus, sack it with Eldritch Evolution to get the Progenitus and kill our stuff along the way. Signet. Plains, you. We're actually winning the race at this point. Like, they get in for 6, sure. Down to 14. Plays a Garrick, alright. Makes a beast. Now let's pump up our hanger back. Another Mox. Get in with our looter. Loot. Ooh, there's Upheaval. Upheaval is not too exciting because of their fast bond, though. One, two, three, four. Yeah, the fact that they have fast bond makes our Upheaval a lot worse at the moment. Yeah, we might have to discard Upheaval. Alright, discard Upheaval. Play the Mox. Oh, we're still at our combat damage step. Yeah, fast bond makes Upheaval pretty bad. Play the Mox. Play the Tar Pit. Pass the turn. Oh, the Abzan human list looks pretty sweet. I'm not sold on Grim Flayer. I think that Grim Flayer is just going to get stonewalled by Sylvan Advocate is my guess. But overall, it looks like a pretty sweet deck. Well, welcome, Spittlebug. Alright, let's block with Hanger back, pump up Hanger back. Would be nice if we drew into something big. Get some flyers, down to 8. Opponent passes, doesn't even activate Garrick. Yikes. We get a land. Alright. Well. Oh, yeah, the deck isn't uploaded into Nightbot. That's our last constructed deck. Attack our opponent, kill the Garrick. And I guess attack our opponent? Well, we could... Alright, yeah, let's just do that. They could have something with flash. Like an Avacyn here. Well, not literally Avacyn. Restoration Angel. Alright, we get to loot. We find another land. Do we need to upheaval here? The blue-red prison deck was sweet. We ended up going 2 and 3, but I think it was a little better than that. Well, let's discard... the forest. Play Flooded Strand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We could regrowth Lodestone to block. We could regrowth and make a huge hanger back. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. A 4/4 hanger back. Then we block. We'd have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 damage. Well, we don't just die to Woodfall Primus. One, two, three. Well, let's just pass. Pass and wait one more turn. We could still draw something big here. But we're not just dead. Verdant Catacombs for our opponent. Cracks it down to 12. Overgrown Tomb. Tapped. Oh, tapped. Gets in with the Woodfall Primus. Puts us down to 2. Let's not crack Flooded Strand. We draw a Show and Tell. How much can we get in with? One, two, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we could regrowth Upheaval. Recast Looter Elcor. Then our opponent could replay all their lands. They'd be at 12. Oh, God. Well, let's get in with our Looter Elcor, see what we hit. We could still just draw into something big. Like an island. Well, let's pitch Show and Tell. The problem is they get back their Woodfall Primus. I think we just... regrowth the hanger back, play the island, crack the island, get an island, play Black Lotus, crack Black Lotus, play hanger back, and hope for the best. Traverse, searches up a... Oh no! They literally have 4 cards in their graveyard, but they have Delirium. What are the odds? Yeah, we've drawn like half of our deck, and we just haven't really hit much action. We've hit all our mana. I wouldn't be surprised if we were dead here. Alright. Plains. Play the Plains. Oh, do they have Elishnorn? Alright. Oh my god. Well. Oh, not a great deck. Yeah. These 2 decks just were not very focused, unfortunately. I think that's the biggest issue. Is Vintage Cube is a pretty powerful format, and we just were not extremely focused. Our decks were not extremely focused in a good archetype. Alright, well this gives us a lot of what we want. Also does not give us all the mana. We could just probe into... What's up, XXX Gantz? Oh, I'm glad you like it. It is a fun deck. Well, let's probe. See what our opponent's got going on over there. Garrick, Llanowar Elves, Soul Ring, Sylvan Library. So we're just going to play a fast Garrick, I guess. Whoa! Got him! Got him, got him. We drew into our show and tell. Well, that's a nut draw. So, pretty much a turn 1 kill. See, our deck can do powerful things in some situations. They go with Sylvan Library. Good call. That was a pretty lucky draw that we peeled exactly show and tell. Yeah, a little bit high variance. I can't imagine our opponent's deck can get them out of this. We got the balance. We saw their hand. They put in a Sylvan Library. So sometimes you just have your three card combo. Our opponent draws down to 16 with the library. I think it might be the Munich's. Restricted means you can only play 1 copy in your 75, and our opponent scoops it up. So that was good. Kind of makes up for that first game where our deck did nothing. That time we just randomly Emrakul on turn 1. So sweet. Let's just do that again. Well, we got the show and tell. Let's see how busted our opponent's hand is. Overgrown Tomb. Untapped. And Finhorn Elves. Well, String Wildwoods, go. That's true. If we knew that 5 more times, we win the draft. What do I suggest to replace Grimflare? I'd have to think about it a little bit. I don't know what the perfect replacement is for it. I mean, definitely test it out. I don't think that you should just automatically not play it. It seems weird to play Sylvan Advocate in a list that is human-based, but it still could be worth it. Yeah, Lambhold Pacifist could be a good one. Alright, let's just Signet and pass. Our opponent might be natural ordering this turn, which is kind of bad. Well, man. Our opponent is better at getting the nut draw than we are. They've had natural order in hand twice. We've only had Emrakul once. Black Lotus was actually a pretty good draw. We probably just play Dragonlord Dramoka and hope that that's good enough. I think Dramoka's pretty good. Yeah, if they can't kill it, then we're kind of okay. And we always have the possibility of just drawing and show and telling Emrakul. And then we kind of just win. Good old natural order. You get to look forward to that in Modern now that Eldritch Evolution is around. Alright, opponent just plays Chalice. Ramping things up a bit. And passes. We get a land. That's actually not horrible either. So let's get in with Dramoka. Gain some life. We might actually still be winning this match. Sack Flooded Strand. Get an... Does it matter? We'll get a... I don't think it matters. We'll get an island. And then just run out the Lodestone. Make our opponent's stuff a bit more expensive. Pass the turn. Eldritch Evolution could be good in Elves. Eldritch Evolution is just going to be good in a lot of decks, I think. What's our opponent have? Lodestone means they can't just... Alright, they harmonize. They can't just play Elish Norn. Possibly next turn. There's a forest. If it gets remanded, that's annoying. That's for sure. No attacks. Oh, God. So, do we do it? Is there a way... Do we lose somehow if we do this? So we can just slam Show and Tell for Emrakul. Oh. I don't know. Last time, Show and Tell ruined our match for us. I mean, we'll get in first. Put our opponent down to 8. So you think we do it or not? I'm a little gun shy after what happened last time around. We're probably going to get blown out again. Alright. If we lose, we lose. I don't know. Something horrible. Oh, I actually have to cast Show and Tell. Alright, Show and Tell. Let's Show and Tell, opponent. We got an Emrakul. What do you get? Hopefully not like Gilded Drake. Alright, Dragonlord Atarka's decent. Not decenter than Emrakul, but it's decent. Yeah, Disc would be bad. So they kill our Lodestone. We pass. Do you have a way to deal with Emrakul? So if they have like O-Ring or something here, we still get blown out. I guess they would have been able to cast the Dragonlord Atarka anyway. Like O-Ring or Council's Judgment. Then we kind of would have lost to our Show and Tell again. Last time we showed and tell out of desperation to put a Grizzlebrand into play, and our opponent had a Progenitus in their hand and attacked back for lethal immediately. They had just sneak attacked us with an Eldrazi, so we pretty much didn't have any choice. That was our only way to stay alive. Not Council's Judgment then. Alright, they have Elesh Norn, sure. Still not beating Emrakul, though. They have Woodfall Primus, Dragonlord Atarka. That's how powerful Emrakul is. They have a lot of really powerful things, and it just can't keep up with Emrakul. We draw an island. Well, I guess we do some annihilating. O-Ring does get around Emrakul's ability. Opponent's got to sack 6 permanents. Hard to come back after getting annihilated for 6. Oh, does this do it? Perhaps. Our opponent keeps our creatures. Gets back Woodfall Primus. Kills one of our lands. They have to block with Atarka. Oh, no, Naz! Well, both Emrakuls are technically 13/13s at the moment, but the new one is. Let's just Coalition Relic, Island, and go. We got there. It might have been worth attacking. Maybe we should have attacked with the dragon as well. Alright, so Emrakul from Show and Tell apparently beats Natural Ordering in Woodfall Primus. Woodfall Primus just isn't that great of a target for that. If you're going to be Woodfall Primusing, or going to be Natural Ordering, You kind of want to get something better than Woodfall Primus. Woodfall Primus is kind of mediocre as far as targets. I had a turn 2 Grave Titan until my opponent wasted my only black source. Oh. Oh, that's so painful. Progenitus is a pretty good one. He brought my homebrew Mardu Walker's list to Shadow's Game Day and got top 8. Awesome. Still play Mono Blue Brains. Yeah, Mono Blue Brains is pretty sweet. Yeah, Abzan Humans is an interesting idea. We can Momir a little bit while we're waiting for this next match to start. If someone challenges me. But once the round starts, I'm going to scoop it up. But if you want to play for a few minutes while we're waiting for this round, send me a challenge. Yes, Tracy King. Looks like we'll get to squeeze in a bit of Momir while we're waiting. Supposedly asleep. In with the challenge. Oh, Naz, you were beaten out by supposedly asleep. You can be on the top of the list for next time, Naz. Alright. Let's see. Someone did, but the person that had priority was not here tonight, or at least I have not seen them in the chat. I don't remember the exact name, but it started with a J and had like 28 after it or something. And I haven't noticed them in the chat, so they would have had priority had they been here. And I fixed my land, so they're matching now in Momir. That was my big accomplishment of the day. Alright, let's make a 2-drop. See what fate has in store for us. Discard this island. Oh, did I... Oh, no. Okay. 3-3 for 2. Not bad. Did I say that to you last time too, Naz? Sorry about that. Opponent has... Target instant or sorcery becomes the color of your choice. Alright. Not very relevant to Momir. Mountain. Actually, we don't want to make a 3-drop. Nothing like changing colors of instants and sorceries. Does fixing your lands appear in your annual review? Yep. That will be at the top of my list. So what did you accomplish this year, Seth? Well, I got my lands in Momir matching. That's good enough, right? Opponent makes a 3. Blazing Blade Ascari. 2-2 flanking becomes colorless until end of turn. Our opponent is getting all the weird color shifting cards. Color shifting tribal here in Momir. Oh, man, Phantasmal Dragon is kind of pretty good. Not all that easy to target things in Momir. Endgame. Thank you for the follow. Endgame. Remember when this used to be played in Standard? There was actually an Illusions deck that played Phantasmal Dragon. Yeah, I'm actually getting lucky for once. That's true. That also on the list. Got killed by my own commander cards. I don't know if I'd count that as a accomplishment. I'm not very good at winning in commander, apparently. I build some cool things, but usually it does not work out. Pitch the Forest, 5-drop. Yes! Oh, man. I don't know if I've ever run this well with 4 and 5 drops. Our opponent hits Vanishing Worm, which is going to disappear. What's up, Mino Reno? How goes it? We get a Worship on a Stick, which is super hard to beat in Momir. Bros. Idion, thank you for the follow. Yeah, this is about as good as it gets. Our 3/3 is pretty useless. We might as well chump with it. So what awesome 6-drop can we get? Worm Coil would be pretty solid. I'm sure there's things I'm not thinking of. Flying Haste. Get an additional combat phase. Not bad. Not bad. Oh, this might be my luckiest game of Momir ever. Fortune Thief says, damage it would reduce your life total to less than 1, reduces it to 1 instead. Oh, why did I block? It's just not really relevant. And they could hit something that gets rid of our Fortune Thief. Yeah, so that's pretty good. Our opponents, yeah, hoping we hit Phage. We'll make a 7-drop. We got to take the chances. See if we really deserve to win. Phage don't lie, as they say. Opponent, alright. Quagnoth, reasonable. Alright, no Phage. Well, we win in 1 combat anyway. With just our 2 flyers, so we don't even get 2 combats. I mostly just want to see... I've never hit a Phage in my entire life, and it only feels right after getting this lucky to take the risk and see... What's up, Stitches? If, alright. Just a good old Kroos and Tusker. No Phage. So I guess we did deserve to win after all. Nope, no Phage. Still have never hit a Phage in Momir. I've hit other things that lose me the game, but I have never hit a Phage. Where's our draft at? They're still in that game too, the world's longest game too. Alright, that means we get another game of Momir. Are you all talking Pokemon? Alright, I guess we keep. Do we go to any GPs or such? Not very often. I keep saying I should probably go to some sometime, but not too often. Opponent's on the play this time. Yeah, that game is pretty popular apparently. Jeskai Barricade for our opponent. Flying, or Flash Defender, not flying. Can bounce one of your own creatures. Oh, welcome, Alien Azul. I am doing pretty well. We're waiting for the next round of our draft. Glad you made it to the stream. Welcome, welcome. Awesome. Duskmantle Guild Mage. Whenever a card is put into your opponent's graveyard from anywhere, this turn they lose a life. Target opponent puts top 2 cards of their library in their graveyard. I think that about sums it up. But he's kind of I might actually... I've been trying to think, since Stu's been a moderator for a while, and I like Stu. I wanted to add a stew command to the bot, and kind of grumpy unless you give him bulk commons might be the stew command if you do exclamation point stew in the chat, because that's pretty good. That that sums it up. All right, let's pitch a forest. We get a Moriak replica. Can draw us a couple cards. Yeah, Guildmage can do some cool combos. There is no stew command yet, but I've been thinking I should add one because it might be funny. Yeah, it can combo with Mind Crank. That's true. You're the quote generator. The quote-tician. Quote master. General. Opponent attacks. Yeah, we'll trade off with this Dusk Mantle. I don't think it's really going to do anything. Do you ever play Commander with fans on Magic Online? Honestly, I don't really play Commander outside of Commander Clash. And we've talked about potentially sometime, somehow doing... this is an example of why playing Islands is often a bad idea. There's lots of island walk creatures, more so than other walking creatures. I don't really play Commander outside of Commander Clash, and we've talked about having guest/fan slots on Commander Clash, but we haven't done that yet, so I don't know if that'll happen at some point 100% or not. But it's fairly common that you can run into me in like standard and modern queues on Magic Online, but I just don't play Commander outside of Commander Clash. I like Commander. The few times I have played Commander on Magic Online, I haven't been super impressed with just playing against random people. Because in Commander Clash, we intentionally do things to keep the decks kind of equal in power. But usually if you play against random people, you'll have some people that are playing very casual for fun decks, and other people that are like going infinite on turn 4. And I wasn't that happy with it as far as those games usually. I would rather play, as far as Commander, I'd rather play more casually, I learned. We have a non-budget competitive Commander Clash coming out tomorrow. Pretty interesting. Yes, Moto was the original name for it. Magic Online Digital Objects. This is Momir, yes. Oh, they're on to a game 3. I just didn't change it around because I thought we were going to be back to our draft pretty soon, but apparently this draft is going to take longer than I thought for this round to end. Yeah, we're just in between rounds of the cube. I mean, there's nothing wrong with it. Like I said, we played this week a competitive version of Commander that was more built on that. Firestorm Phoenix, 3/2 flyer for 6. If it would die, return it to its owner's hand until that player's next turn. That player plays with that card revealed and can't play it? That is a really weird card. Play with it revealed? That's such a weird clause. Alright. I mean, whatever, but... Yeah, I'm a fan of the old art. There's some of the new art is good, but... Alright, let me... I'll pull up the overlay so you can see it, and I can switch it back easy enough. Overlay, properties... I think the overlay hopefully explains it, or at least makes it simpler. If I can find it here. Alright, so Momir, you start with the Momir Vig Simic Visionary avatar, which you should be seeing popping up any second now if it's not already. Sweet. I mean, Commander is fun. Commander Let me finish explaining Momir first. But you start with the avatar. Basically, you get a random creature every turn, once a turn, by discarding a land and paying X. That's the ability the avatar gets you. So it's this only creature format. The lands are 100% basic lands, usually weighted towards mountains and swamps, because those have the best activated abilities. And it's kind of fun and random. Feels sometimes a little like the Magic version of Hearthstone, because Hearthstone has a lot of random elements. How big are cubes usually? They have different sizes. 360 goes up from there. Some players make them larger than that. Uh, yeah, I guess we got to chump. Yeah, I don't think you want to go less than 360. I think you're right. I think it would be cool if MTG Goldfish would be the first major Magic group to really integrate their fan base into their content. 420 cube, Tracy King. Fun. um, so what would you be picturing gaming is life? How would we integrate our fan base into the content? What's up, Scratched? You never know in Momir, though. Like, it cannot look good in 1 minute, and then the next minute you hit something awesome and it looks great. Luckily, this thing doesn't really do anything. It's just an 8/8. Because there will never be a creature on top of their library. Alright, come on, 7-drop. That's not bad. That gives us a lot of power and toughness. 4, 7, 9. Yeah, that's reasonable. Lots of chump blockers. You can do what Phyrexia does and make the fans into a sort of living wall of content. That would be sweet. Yeah, Scratch played me in Momir on Tuesday, and also we randomly ran into each other on in the modern queues like a week ago while I was recording Much Brew About Nothing. And he beat me then, too. Scratched is apparently my nemesis. Yeah, cubes are awesome. Cubes are very cool. Sorry, Bonnet. Got the scornful egotist. Probably good with a merge, though. Sweet. Congrats, Scratched. So close. Opponent reveals an island. They're down to 13. It's going to be close. Yeah, that's a cool idea, gaming's is life. I think there's probably ways we can do it in some stuff. We play Momir somewhat regularly. Mostly depends on the day and like how long the league or draft or whatever we're doing takes. I got a new series where random fans play against the odds against Jake. Both sides would be Mike. Jake wouldn't need it since I imagine he would. There would be salty silence when he gets caught under the knowledge pool lock. That would be pretty funny. Oh, Jake and his salty silence. Oh, Nicole Bolas is gonna die. I don't know if we're really winning here. Yeah, it really depends on the specific content gaming is life. Like, budget magic and against the odds and that stuff would probably be hard to do. But there is some stuff, like playing Momir on stream, possibly Commander stuff, maybe some other stuff as well where it could work. Oh, did a Richard. Richard, I think last time we played Momir was the first time he ever played Momir, and he kept making his land drops accidentally when he was supposed to not be making his land drops. We get a semi-free block with this Nicole Bolas that's going to die anyway. Oh, yeah, I hit a summoner on 7? No, Bolas is good at jump blocking. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's a random version. Oh, do we just win? I should probably not be doing this because I think we just win. Thanks to this Merfolk Sea Stalkers island walking in for the victory. Are you trying to figure out playing Magic Online on a Mac? I think, thank you for the game supposedly asleep. Yeah, I think Richard asked this question not long ago, and I believe the answer was boot camp. Alright, I don't think we're going to jump into another Momir match. This round has got to be almost over. Someone's got to be running out of time. The clock is at 49 minutes, and the rounds are 50 minutes, not counting sideboarding. So they're nearing the absolute maximum that this round can go. I played Leech of the Pit when it was legal and standard. Leech of the Pit's an interesting card. So are all of you, or any of you, heading out to pre-release tomorrow? Or over the weekend, I guess? It is pre-release week. Parallels is better than boot camp? Alright, good to know. I'm not a Mac guy, so I don't really know. Marty Punker heading out to midnight. Sweet. Oh, looks like everyone's going. Yeah, the set definitely looks awesome. You all are more dedicated than me if you're doing midnight. Richard pretty much always does midnight pre-release. I do not do midnight pre-release. If I go, I usually go Saturday. Pre-releases are fun events. Get to play the new cards, fun casual environment. Can't wait to open lots of Call of the Gatewatches. Yeah, it should be fun. I haven't really went anywhere to the last couple. I used to go to a store, well, a few different stores, but there's been a couple of stores that I used to go to that have shut down. So I haven't went to the last couple. If I go this weekend, I don't know. I think I might just go to a random store I haven't been to before. I will be lurking on Card Hoarder for the pre-release cards. Going to get Selfless Soul, Spell Queller, and Gisela the Broken Blade. Sweet. Yeah, well, it's not Moto pre-release yet. Remember about that. There are Momir queues if you go to... you mean finding like a game of Momir? To find a game of Momir, if you go constructed tournaments, and then there is Momir Basic. These ones, you got to pay 20 play points or 2 ticks to enter, but then you get prizes. You can also go to Constructed Open Play, and here you can use these filters by format to select Momir Basic. You have to select your deck, whatever you saved it as, up here under deck. and then you can just play casually for free. I have no idea how meld cards are going to work on Magic Online. Gaming's is life. Yeah, I will try to look at it again. It looked pretty sweet from the quick glance I gave it, so. I just did a sealed game today against someone who got up to 90 life with janky cards. Nice. Yeah, I hope they bring Momir leagues to Magic Online. I think they gotta make them work. I think it would be too big of an embarrassment if it didn't work. Moto is not as bad as people say. Moto, most of the things that go wrong on Moto are annoyances. Like the card art is wrong. Stuff like that has been happening more and more frequently. Like you'll see your Nissa, but it'll have Nahiri art. Or earlier this morning, my Mutavault was like Simic colored. So there's these little annoying things that happen, but as far as actual crashes or bugs that ruin a game, it's actually pretty rare in my experience. Like, the only one that I can remember experiencing, maybe this entire year, was the Genesis wave on stream, where we Genesis waved on 2 and everything broke. So, I don't think it's as bad as most people make it out to be. This is alright. We got a factory to play our Signet. Is it as good as it should be? No. And it is especially troubling if you're trying to play multiplayer. Multiplayer can be very challenging. Is it even worth it to workshop out this Signet? Yeah, I guess. Alright, workshop, Signet. Wall of Roots is still broken. They don't let you use the mana at instant speed. I did not realize that. I knew that it did some buggy things, but I didn't know it was broken like it didn't work. Here, let me switch this overlay back. This is going to be an interesting matchup. Oh, that's true. That was a bug that kind of impacted the game. You're right. That is a good call. Ooh, Mindslaver. Mindslaver might be good here. Let's cast Probe. Bushwhacker and Mardu Woe Reaper. So we're probably going to get whacked this turn. Woe Reaper, Bushwhacker. We did not. We we played a show and tell, and our opponent put in a Progenitus, and we died. We might just lose here to this very aggressive start of our opponents. Down to 8. And we're taking 7 next turn. Yikes, we can't even crack our land. Alright, well, that was a pretty aggressive hand on the play for our opponent. We don't really have anything specifically for this aggro deck, do we? Yeah, that was just a good draw. Good, aggressive draw. Is it really their game that took an hour and took a full amount of time to finish? Alright, we're on the play, which hopefully helps. Alright. Well, this isn't bad. If we can just start slamming dragons. To get the avatar, it's going to be like 10 or 11 ticks to get the actual deck. But then you can play it as much as you want for free. That's the good news. Yeah, I don't think anyone knows exactly what Magic Digital Next is going to be. Yeah, if we just... well, drawing fast mana would be awesome, but if we just play Quick Dragon Lord, Ojitai, and Dragon Lord Demoka, it should be pretty good. Figure of Destiny. A Tezzeret, Agent of Bolas that we can't really cast yet. Slamming Dragon sounds like a sick band name or a drug euphemism. Yeah, it does. It could go either way. Opponent, they're going to pump up their figure. They are not. Instead, Eidolon. Eidolon's not actually that great against our deck. Alright. Pass the turn. Might unexpectedly absent something. Planes for our opponent. Do they have the whack effect again? Alright, Mother of Runes takes some damage. Lightning Mauler. Well, we probably just have to hit the Lightning Mauler, I think. Unless, if they pair it with the Mother of Runes, then I think we just... Then it gives the Mother of Runes haste. I guess we just gotta unexpectedly absent right now on the Lightning Mauler. Or else the Mother of Runes will fizzle it. So we take 3. But then we can start playing dragons. And Ojitai should get us to Dramoka. Since it can anticipate, find us a land. And we're not taking damage off this Eidolon. We just draw land. That works too. So, dragon number 1. Standard Bant Dragons, of course. This Start By Me is getting back into standard, so free event tonight with prizes. Awesome, Scratch. Well, go have an awesome event. That sounds like a super sweet event. Free with prizes. We'll be back Tuesday with another one. Playing some Constructed of some kind. Something sweet, I'm sure. Pumps up the figure. Pumps up the figure. I think we just take the hit from the figure. I don't really want to block that yet. I'm not a big fan of how Hearthstone looks either. So we attack, they Lightning Mauler. Yeah, it doesn't, they can't really attack into our Dramoka. Alright, we can attack with our Dragon Lord. Get in with our Dragon Lord. Would be nice if we hit a less painful land. Well, I guess we just take Mirari's Wake. I don't know if that really matters. Actually, yeah, it does. That makes our attack lethal next turn. Put the rest on the bottom. Temple Garden untapped. And Dragon Lord number 2. Hopefully they don't have, like, double lightning bolts or something. We know one of their cards is that Lightning Mauler. They are going to Swords our Dramoka. We go up to 15. That could be bad for us. They get in for 6. Hey. swords. Down to 9. Now we kind of got to hit something again. Oh, Savannah. Oh, God. Well, I think we gotta attack. Hopefully we hit something off this Ojitai. Mono mana. That's not what we wanted to see. None of this stuff really helps us. But I guess we'll take the probe in case we stay alive. Savannah. Well, we might be able to stay alive. It's possible. Coalition Relic. Drop to 7. And then Tezzeret. Make a blocker. Pass the turn. Yeah, we can't really probe into the Eidolon. But we can't really afford to play anything into the Eidolon. Basically, we're either going to win next turn or our opponent's going to be able to kill us this turn. If we untap, we win with Ojitai. But if they have a removal spell for our animated Selesnya Signet, then we're just dead. Or they have a burn spell, which actually, that kills us. Because they have that hasty thing. Well... Alright. The right combination of cards. Actually, the perfect combination of cards. If that was a lightning bolt, they would have lost. Because they wouldn't have been able to cast their lightning mauler. So, they had the... the one card they could possibly have in the whole cube that would have pulled off that play in Lightning Helix. So, oh well. So not the greatest Legacy Cube nights, actually. We had that loss to Progenitus off of our own show and tell, and then bowing out in round 2 to this aggro deck. I think I'm done tonight, Tracy King. But we will be back on Tuesday with another sweet stream. And of course, we'll get to more Momir. Maybe I should have taken the upheaval there. But they can just dump their hand so much faster than us. All we'd really be doing would be fogging them for a turn, which isn't that great. Alright, I will play one game of Momir, and then I'm done for the night. One game of Momir against Naz. One more. Alright, we'll play first. Oh, we're doing one more game. Well, thank you, everyone. I appreciate it. Stick around and watch one more game of Momir against Naz. Alright, we get to make a 2-drop. And we get... something that dies. Dracoplasm. Alright. Well... 2 drops tend to do that. Opponent has... oh, man. It's a mana creature. Alright. Oh, we hit the old 2-drop that dies. Our opponent hits a mana creature. That's about as bad as it gets. Card Slapper, thank you for the follow. Yeah, if you haven't followed the stream, that would be awesome of you. Four drop is Cabal Executioner. When it deals combat damage to a player, that player sacks a creature. Yeah, the draft's only so-so. Going all 1-drops would tilt me, Marty, if you did that. For some reason, that drives me crazy. We get, at 4, Youthful Scholar is not bad. Draws a couple cards when it dies. Mostly things involving show and tell, and our opponent killing us with our own show and tells. Oh, no! Man, talk about running well. Oh, a 1-drop, okay. That's still pretty bad. Opponent gets in for 2 with their Cabal Executioner. Pitch a Mountain. Spire Serpent, Defender, Metalcraft. It gets +2 and +2 and can attack as though it didn't have Defender. So we need a Mere Battlesphere or something to turn on Metalcraft. Whoa, Leecher. Remove a counter from a creature. Gain 2 life. Alright. No counters to remove at the moment. I don't like to go for 1-drops usually. So much variance for 1-drops. When it leaves the battlefield, you get a 2/2 black zombie token. Whoa, Leecher. Well, we're kind of sticking around even through the mana creature. This is Momir, the randomest format in Magic. Whenever you gain life, target opponent loses that much life. Good old Defiant Bloodlord. Someday, that's going to be on Against the Odds. Seems like the kind of card that would be good for Against the Odds. Yeah, Woe Leecher art is really weird. I do not know what's going on at all with that thing. Apparently you can remove counters, though. Something good. Thriss Nantucko Primus. Pay green, tap it. Gives a creature +5/+5. Yeah, it looks like Maze's End is going to win this week. And then before long, we'll actually have Eldritch Moon. And then I think we'll have a few episodes a row of sweet Eldritch Moon action. There's a lot of good Against the Odds cards in Eldritch Moon. Opponent gets to keep beating us down with flyers. Yeah, we're pretty far behind in this one. This is Momir Vig. We'll play Plains. So it has the Momir avatar. You should be able to see it on the overlay there. Every turn, the deck is all lands. Each turn you can discard a land. You can do it once. And you get a random creature of that converted mana cost. If we do Triskaidekaphobia again, it will probably involve Tree of Perdition. And if we want to be competitive, I think it's most competitive, would be most competitive if we waited till the Painlands rotated. That doesn't mean we won't just do it anyway. Jeez, our opponent's got all the flyers. Do we even get to untap? Yeah, alright. So you basically have one turn to hit a bounce spell to stay in the game. We'll just chump there. I want to live the dream of harmless offering on my Moonwing Dragon to gift me my opponent's entire board. That would be pretty spicy. Wait, does that work? Stormless Storm didn't fare that well. We really needed an actual storm card. We did all right. We did really well game 1, match 1. Game 2, we lost quickly. And then in game 3, we went to show and tell, kind of because we didn't have a choice. And our opponent randomly happened to have Progenitus. So they got to put in Progenitus. We put in Grizzlebrand, but we died to the Progenitus before we got to attack. Yeah, it was I mean, neither of the decks were that great. They weren't great examples of what you can do with cube decks. There's a definite risk of going into Storm and not getting a Storm card. And then it's usually a blowout. Storm without any Storm cards is pretty bad. Kessig Forge Master. We can't attack into that. And it can't flip. It will try to flip every turn, because no one ever actually casts spells. The reason that most of the lands are swamps and mountains is kind of twofold. For one thing, most of the best activated abilities are red or black. Like various dragons and so forth, where you can pay a red to deal damage to something when it attacks, or things like that. Also, it's risky to just play lands on the battle. Magus of the Moon. To play lands on the battlefield of all different colors, just because of like land walk abilities and so forth. Would you ever do a Pauper against the odds and play that Spiteful Leeches Pauper combo deck? I don't even know what that is, actually. I don't know if I would do a Pauper against odds or not. Maybe, possibly, if it was actually voted in by people, then I guess the answer would be yes. Southern Paladin. Could get rid of these annoying werewolves, and this Magus of the Moon, which isn't that relevant. Yeah, I don't know how a Pauper would go for against odds. Ooh. Well, we are all going to be drawing some cards. Werewolf still trying to flip, still failing. Our 5-drop is good old Marrowbats. That actually shuts down this Duskmantle Seer. Yeah, you probably could give away your entire board. Not that that's something you'd really want to do. Righteous Avengers. Random Planeswalker. Do we want to keep drawing cards? I kind of want to keep drawing cards, actually. Well, the thing is, you usually run out of cards making 8 drops So it's really difficult to actually get to Emrakul because you got to discard you start with your normal hand size, and you have to discard a card each turn that you use the avatar. So normally you skip a drop or two, and that gets you to 8 drops, and then every turn you make a random 8 drop. Although this game could end up being a race to Emrakul because this Dusk Mantles here is making us each draw an extra card every turn. So we're always going to have cards to discard. Ooh, Kamal Pit Fighter is actually pretty sweet. Let's just swing with everything and then shoot down the Planeswalker. Actually make our opponent discard a card. Yeah, it's definitely sweet when it happens. Or you can hit random things that, like Vorinclex that doubles your mana. That's a pretty easy way to get to Emrakul. We draw a swamp. Our opponent gets a mountain. At the beginning of each player's upkeep, that player sacrifices a mono-colored permanent. That's actually going to wreck us. We're probably going to lose to our opponent's flyers again. So we got to sack Headhunter. I have never gotten Phage, ever, in all the game of Momirs I've played. And I played a lot of games. I'm sure at this point I am running way above the odds for never having gotten a Phage. Oh, non-token. Ingester. I wonder if they put non-token on there specifically to ruin my Momir. Cube is a draft format, except it is made up of all different cards. People make their own cubes, so it's kind of a build-your-own draft format that usually contains a lot of really powerful cards, but it plays like a normal draft, like if you went to draft Shadows over Innistrad or whatever. It plays similarly to that, but it's really a lot more powerful. Our opponent is getting all the removal. The Secure Endbringer, Defiler of Souls, and drawing extra cards. We're going to need a awesome 8-drop. Yeah, it kind of seems like they're like, man, this would be way too good in Momir. We got to make this only non-tokens. You're welcome, Delusional. Alright, I guess we gotta let that go now. Alright, we'll sack this. I could have hit them for damage there, couldn't I have? Come on, good 8-drop. Yeah, but I mean, if you exile the token, it just goes away, right? Oh, you mean so you can remember what its plus X plus Y was? Alright, I'll buy that. Still, I don't know if I agree with that. Yeah, the hasty pro-black one would have, or, yeah. Akruma, jeez, I can't even think of it. This is Angel of Fury. Angel of Wrath would have been much better. Actually, that might have won us the game. I guess our opponent does have to sack their Sakura Endbringer. And they lose 3 life. We might actually still be in this somehow. Something went very strange there. I don't know why we're still alive, but for some reason we are. Avatar of Hope. Gonna make attacking difficult. Yeah, I think there was a misclick there. Oh, Naz didn't turn off the auto yields or put a stop on the upkeep, so he actually couldn't use it, unfortunately. Oh, that's a bummer, because that would have been our angel down and probably would have changed the entire game. We might have lost because of that, actually. I mean, we might still lose. Well, never mind. Now we're not going to lose. That was a draw. Opponent blocks and blocks. Oh, man. Left a point of damage on the table, but now it's to the point where gotta hit a mass bounce spell or we just win. Think we might have got it thanks to some random clunkiness on Moto. You need a bounce 8-drop, Hover Guard Sweepers, or I can never remember the name of it. The bounce, yeah, Kedrick Leviathan. Those are the two cards that get you out of this. I think those might be the only two. Denizen of the Deep. That's what you need. Scornful Egotist, Naz. Get you a Scornful Egotist. I don't think there's a 9-drop that can get you out of this, though. Oh, I guess there's Blazing Archon. Blazing Archon. Well, Blazing Archon doesn't really do it, because then I shoot you down with Kamal Pit Fighter. I think, yeah, 8 also gives you Platinum Empyrean. I think 8 is your best outs. I would make an 8. Or just scoop. I guess that's the other option. You did you did have actual live outs. I mean, you might as well spin the wheel. The odds are in your favor, but you could have hit something there. Oh, all right, Naz. Go play your match, Naz. I'm glad we finally get to play a bit of Momir at least. Scared him away. No, his draft started. Alright, everyone. Well, that's going to do it for tonight. The drafts, meh. We still did some cool things, but the records weren't great. Got in some fun Momir. We'll say I won, Marty. Anyway, so let's see. We have Commander Clash coming out tomorrow. Normal stuff over the weekend. Then we'll be back Tuesday with a stream, playing some Constructed of some kind. In the meantime, if you're looking for replays, head to the MTG Goldfish replay channel. And of course, Playmat's still available. And last but not least, if you haven't subscribed to the stream, that would be awesome of you. Anyway, everyone, thanks for hanging out. It was a ton of fun. And I'll be back Tuesday to do it again. I'll talk to you soon.